Вибачте, bro. Sorry. We're on our way to the Chernihiv region and to Desna, and we're going to be dropping off food supplies. We're in the new church truck, which is a much larger vehicle, and it's packed pretty much from floor to ceiling with goods. Now this area is a little bit more dangerous. It's just northeast of Kiev. Yesterday it was attacked with rockets. I believe there are at least 12 people that were killed there. So we're going to go in and be as careful as we can and try to be as quick as we can. Today it seems pretty quiet in the region, but you just never know. We're only maybe 40 plus kilometers from the Russian border, so it's still a pretty hot area with a lot of military activity, at least the Ukrainian military. The Russians formally occupied this area, but they've been pushed out. So yeah, we're gonna get there and deliver some much needed supplies. I'm just north of Kiev right now. We're heading towards Irpin. If you remember the name of the town, Bucha, that's going to be just north of us soon. And we'll be moving across a bridge over into the Chernihiv region within the next 2 hours. We're on basically on the route where many Russian tanks were destroyed, and there might even be an opportunity to see those tanks if they haven't been picked up for scrap metal. So Pavlo and I just seen a burnt out Russian tank. We're in an area that was hit pretty hard. A lot of the houses are destroyed, a lot of the buildings are blown up. We're gonna go look at this tank. It's funny because the tank is nothing more than a tourist attraction now. Say hello, Pavlo.
Hello.
So this is just two of the many Russian tanks destroyed in this area as the Ukrainian army came in and pushed out the Russian invaders. It's an insane scene to actually see with your own eyes, and you can actually still smell a hint of, I would say, death. Like you can smell that. It's hard to describe, but it's a foul odor. Even though most of the bodies have been extracted, they were still probably remnants burnt and stuck inside these tanks. It's pretty nasty. So this is a tank shell that destroyed this man's house. What's his Tizvate?
Як вас звати?
Just first name.
Nikolai.
His family's okay, no one was injured. And this is again one house out of so many that have been destroyed. This is what a tank round does to a civilian home. A man just trying to live his life peacefully, because one country says they're Nazis, this is what happens. So the tanks that we just seen were the same ones that destroyed his home. I'm about to show you in our a strike from the tank, right? Pavlo, can you stand?
А,
So it gives you a little perspective of how deep the hole is. It's up to Pavlo's waist.
тут було по городах, господар каже, що було їх дуже багато по городі. Вже просто
Pavlo was telling me that the owner Nikolai said that you can't tell, but this area was actually destroyed because of the tanks rolling through. There used to be a bigger garden for produce, food Nikolai depended on to get his family through the year. Now it's too late to plant before harvest because cleaning up took too long.
осколки.
Так. Machine gun fire. Yeah. So this is where the machine gun, probably mounted on the tank, struck the wall.
Це тут дочка, діти живуть.
Nikolai called us over to show us where his daughter's room used to be.
So we're heading back to the truck right now to give this gentleman some food for letting us see his house. Obviously we have plenty of supplies and he's in need, so we're going to give him whatever he can carry back. So I didn't get to get very good footage of Pavlo giving this gentleman food, but he had his hands full. A lot of pasta and other basic needs that are hard to get right now. And you know, I mean, the guy's life was, you know, his home was completely destroyed. He's gonna have to rebuild the entire house, and that was just from a couple, one tank shell actually. One round hit that house. Those two tanks rolled up in here. They destroyed the building that was across the road, the one that I'm showing you now, and just wreaked havoc until they finally got taken out. I mean, this is just one house, one person, and a couple of tanks out of a extremely large war that's still raging on, and we'll probably be able to see a lot more footage as we go closer to our final destination. So. heading to our final destination, more, I guess, northward at this point towards the Russian border. So inching a little bit closer to Russia. It's still relatively safe right now. There is a lot of really interesting things to see going through Irpin, but I can't show it because it's all active military, lots of personnel, lots of trench systems, and for security reasons there's a law against filming, so I don't want to get us in trouble or, by trying to sneak some shots. We made it to our final destination. We're about to unload the truck.
Я понял, окей. То давай, може, я отак і встану.
Igor,
Keith. Yeah.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I am pastor church.
Pastor.
Yes.
Great. Moje misto Lviv. Tak.
My wife in home in Lviv.
Yeah.
In kitchen.
Nice. Dobre.
Hello.
Come on, Pavlo. Be strong.
Я вчора цілий день зробив розумію.
It's a gas station, Pavlo. Hopefully it's enough to get home. So we had dinner with the pastor of the church here, and we just finished unloading the truck and filling it up with gas, and we're gonna head back soon. So job almost done.
As we talked to the pastor of the church, we found out that it wasn't 12 people that died the day before, but closer to 100. The people whose lives were cut short died in their sleep as Russian missiles rained down on their heads. As we left the city, the air raid sirens sounded. We hit the accelerator and left as quickly as we could. There's no telling if a second Russian attack would fall in the same area, and we did not want to stick around to find out. Luckily, no strikes came that day. As I think back on this trip, I can't help but think about the people whose lives are impacted by this war. There are so many good people doing whatever they can to help others and support their nation. Only months ago, they had different hopes and dreams, and that was cut short due to Russian aggression. Now, their only hope and dream is to have the right to exist and to be a free nation.